Hi guys, welcome to this week's edition of the Cultural Marketer. And I'm still recording from the comfort of my own home. And in the past 3 weeks or so, we've been doing quite a few live stream segments on our media platform, Pendulum Magazine, featuring content creators, artists, entrepreneurs, ceramic making sessions. And we've learned a few tips and tricks, specifically four of them, that we want to share with you this week to make better live streams on Instagram. So, what's the first one? The first one is really answering the right question and speaking to their concerns. So, for example, right now, coffee making, if you sell coffee making equipment, then the first thought is, well, instead of just providing the daily caffeine boost, we are actually providing the daily routine, ritual of coffee making that brings familiarity to your user's day, which is something that's super valuable right now. So maybe you could have a live stream on how to make pour over coffee, right? So teaching them that it's a very therapeutic process. So making sure that your content answers to your customers' concerns, what they are worrying about right now, makes it a lot more human. The second thing that we highly encourage is to make it interactive and natural, right? So for example, you don't want anything to sound too rehearsed because no one wants to watch something that's rehearsed because then you come across as a robot and it's really boring. And then the third thing that we actually stumbled upon in our first two live streams really is to test the connection. Because through our second interview, we actually had some technical difficulties. So having to troubleshoot that after we went live, that was no fun at all. But if you are able to set up even a test connection with the person that you are interviewing, if you are interviewing someone, then that's great to test that your connection is perfect because no one wants to listen to a stuttering head. And then the next point would be as you're setting up your Instagram live stream, so the screen, the top part of it is where your speaker or your interviewee should be. And the bottom half is where you should be. And the reason that is because if you are the host and you're asking the questions pop up from the bottom for an Instagram live stream feed. So you don't want that covering all the action, right? So let's say when we did our ceramic/pottery making session, we made sure the demo was taking part on the top half of the screen. So it was very easy for the viewers to follow along. And I was a person at the bottom half of the screen asking the questions. So that made the interactive component stand out a lot more at the top of the screen. I was able to field the questions. So make sure that you are focusing the action on the most valuable real estate on the mobile screen, so to speak. So those are the four key things that we've discovered over the past 3 weeks of hosting 8 different live streams that we planned, and we've taken away these learnings. So hopefully they are helpful to you as well, because if you're sitting at home and wondering, hey, everybody else is doing a live stream, how can I also share my knowledge through these live segments? Here are just four of the practices that we've learned that you could implement right away. So hopefully this was helpful, and we'll see you again next week for next week's segment of the Cultural Marketer.